how we are going to reach the concept of knowledge city along with all the programs that we have been doing, especially with Veta English. Now that's what we have stated here, a new Sri Lanka with knowledge city. Old Sri Lanka එක මොනවාද? ඒකේ මොනවාද වෙනසක් තියෙනවද? So why we say new Sri Lanka? Of course, we are in new Sri Lanka now. You see, most of us should understand why I am saying it's a new Sri Lanka. Agree or not? Nobody is agreeing. Eh? Why we are new Sri Lanka? Anybody can tell me? Job-oriented, spoken, communicative. Now, there again, I would like to stress a few words from what our President's vision. When there was a discussion was happening in India, the IT sector was finding it difficult to pay the laborers in India. I think Dr. Major will agree on this issue, because if you take the basic salary in India, it has grown up to 25 to 30,000 Indian rupees. But when you convert that into Sri Lankan rupees, are we getting this particular amount? Are the A-level students, are we getting that amount? Here still we are paying only 15 to 18,000 or 20,000. Now how we are going to match globally? So why we should suffer? So what is the difference there and here? You know, it's all matters with the communicative language. And let me go back to why this 50,000 jobs still came here. So there was a tie-up being arranged with IT companies like Wipro. And as explained by the last seminar by Dr. Sarattamanudama, he was mentioning there are 500,000 A-level students who are writing A-levels. Right? Out of that, the universities are providing close to 20,000 admissions within the universities. Now what happens to the rest 480,000 students? Don't they study? Where do they go? See, this was the problem that we have been facing for several years now. Now how to reduce this imbalance? Now these type of concepts, as examples, I think already Major Rajan explained you. I don't want to take much of time there. Go to the next one. Now that's very interesting, Adil. Breaking the language barrier for rural cultures in Sri Lanka. You know, this is what is now. You know, before means what we are now. Now after 1 year, what is going to happen to our farmers, our fishermen, our countrymen, you know, in the rural part is that, you know, they still have their cultural nuances. They keep their self-esteem, self-culture, everything is intact. We are not breaking anything with that regard. But still, anybody can communicate. Now that's the dream which we are going to fill in. Now this, as I told you earlier, pictures speak more than 1,000 words. So that's one picture which will tell you what knowledge it is going to give our country. Right? Next one. Now, breaking the language barrier for rural culture in Sri Lanka. Now again, according to the Honorable President's vision, people in rural villages will get a unique opportunity of learning the language. Now, are they not getting it now? Why do you say, Suren? Why are they not getting it now? I will strongly say they are not getting. The basic reason is the quality of the program, quality of Veta is so systematically put in. The content is the same in each center. Since we are not totally dependent on the teacher or the facilitator, the multimedia becomes the real teacher. So the content and the accent and all the programs, whatever that's delivered through the internet is same in every other village, every other economic situation or every place. So we expect the same results from every other part of the country. Now that's what we want to do. Now what are the major income sources if you see in Sri Lanka which will yield to tea, textile, tourism and foreign employment? Now there again I wish to state something. You see, the tea industry is governed majorly by the women. The garment industry again is done by women. The foreign employment, the money back to the country is done by women. So Sri Lankan men, what are you all doing? You see, all the money income sources which are coming into the country are from women. You know, we should have a very big hand for that. They are the people who are really taking care of us, I suppose. But the reality is such. Now, how we are going to break into those areas? when they are doing to go through about all those things is with the proper knowledge. When they want to go abroad, if you can give them a proper certification of any certification where they know to speak in English, a foreign a maid, even to a maid, to nurses, even to drivers, all those technicians who are going to Dubai and UAE, if you can give them a proper certification within 120 hours, you can speak English, at least basic, you can understand what your boss is going to say. Now that's where we are looking at. That's why we have mentioned that position there. And to increase the revenue of the above, breaking the language barrier and usage of English is becoming a must. I don't have to explain much on that again. Changing of attitudes among Sri Lankan youths will be use of the Veta program. Now, what do I say? Why should I mention that? Changing of attitude among Sri Lankan youths will be successful. You know, we have been torn by a huge wars for last 30 years. What